All right, here's our Zerg player spawning in the red, spotting him in the bottom left, spawning in the Zerg, spawning from the team FXO. Hopefully he'll go for more macro style this game.
FXO Leenock.
FXO Leenock, there he is. And here is our Terran player. Has taken some risks, has made some mistakes, but he's up 2-1.
MarineKing Prime win.
MarineKing fans cheering for him here. Here in the studio. Got some free Pepsi today.
Yeah. You guys come down to the studio.
I had
get
a
some free
half
Pepsi.
of a Mountain Dew for free.
I had a whole Pepsi. Trying to say I have a drinking problem. I just like Pepsi. Calm down, Mole Trap. It's not a
By the
problem,
way,
okay? I drink Pepsi all the time.
Thanks again to G-Skill as well as Pepsi, by the way. G-Skill making some awesome random access memory for your Computadora.
Yeah. No, what's interesting about this this map is, of course, really long rush distance. There are destructible debris in the middle of the map that I was talking about earlier, but you can go command center first on a map like this quite easily, and that's exactly what MarineKing is going to do here.
And Leenock, I like the fact that he sent a drone scout. Again, he doesn't want to lose to anything crazy. He wants to see what's going on. And now that he's seen that command center, I will be really, really, really shocked if Leenock doesn't get a third base.
Yeah, you may very well immediately double expand. I think that would be a very nice reply to this, especially on this map where it's very difficult to attack a third base location. I mean, it's just a huge map. No matter where he puts the hatchery, it's going to be super far away from MarineKing.
And that drone may die, but the SCV might die as well. He's dancing that drone around. But
that drone is like punching the commands with his boxing gloves. He's like, I got this. I'm doing my part.
MarineKing has wisely been repairing the injured SCV in between battles.
See, this is actually like when you're driving in the car with your mother, and she's like, did you see that nice car? But you're like playing your Game Boy, and you like didn't see it. And like she's like, no, it's right there, and you like look up, and she's like, oh, it's already gone. That's what this is like. It's not like the other one where you see a nice car, you see the little Ferrari over there, and you're like, ah, that's what this one's like. So he like almost gets the SCV, but MarineKing's kind of busy, you know, helping.
Oh, he might get it anyway. Oh, he stopped chasing, went the wrong way around the command center, and that drone should probably just run. Yes, the Marine comes out, and so drone gets away with his life. Wins its Game Boy game.
Yeah, man.
But doesn't see the car.
Yeah, like, see, like,
whatever that means.
At the end, I was like, well, maybe it's like he sees him again at the next light. Like, but like, no. The drone got away. Everything was fine. Nobody died. There was no deaths of workers here.
Oh well.
Units lost to 0-0-0-0. That's it, man.
That was it.
Imagine if the units lost tab actually showed things and hit points. Stop checking out that destructible debris.
I'm looking at destructible debris. I'm trying to see what it's made out of, man.
It's made out of debris, man. I'm trying to look and see if there's any. Oh, here's the tooltip. It's a barrier that can be destroyed to allow access to new areas.
There you go.
That's like so funny. It's like destructible debris, but it's actually that's written in such a way where it sounds as if it was created to impose movement. You know why? Because it was in the map editor. Sorry, Mole Trap. I'm sorry. Sorry, I just like shattered your reality.
I'm gonna cry, man. I'm gonna freaking cry.
Santa Claus isn't real.
What? It's alright. Day 9 already told me about that.
Oh, okay.
So Leenock is droning up like crazy. I like this. I like the fact that he's at least getting some econ going. Speed is almost completed for Leenock as well. He has decided not to double expand. I guess that's actually a little bit wise, considering the fact that it's MarineKing and he's going to attack you all the time.
Well, yeah,
I mean, be vulnerable.
Got to be careful about that.
And I mean, you know, it doesn't technically do much good to expand to a third base until you have enough drones to support your two bases anyway.
Baneling Nest going down here. Now, this is the type of Baneling Nest I was talking about before, where you can be aggressive with it if you want to, but it's more of a defensive measure in case MarineKing has just been hiding a ton of barracks in his main base, which he has gone up to 4. He hasn't done the 6 barracks timing attack. Yeah. But you've got to be very careful about this, because if MarineKing attacks you with his beautiful Marine Micro and you don't have a Baneling Nest, we see things happen like we saw earlier in Game 1. It just happens to you.
Just happens, and you get owned. Combat shields first again for MarineKing. Interesting. doesn't want to get stim. He's going to play defensively.
Now, basically, in most cases, Leenock would have made a macro hatchery by now, but he's going for a very fast Spire. Now, the reason being is because it's such a large map. I know we keep talking about this, but because it's such a large map, he knows he can get away with getting that fast Spire on 2 base, control MarineKing. Every time MarineKing moves out, if he moves out too far, the Muse is just going to do so much damage, so he has to kind of always stay a little bit close to his home. But this is a nice little timing by MarineKing. This is a very common timing attack with the 4 barracks when you know the Spire is going up. This is a really, really good attack by MarineKing. And Leenock, he's got 7 Banelings on the way. Those are going to be his first 7 Banelings he has. It's going to be difficult for him to hold this, but I think he just might have enough.
Might be able to. This Spine Crawler's going to get down just in time. He's got a lot of Speedlings there. And here comes the Banes coming from behind. He needs to get in a position. This will not do enough damage unless he can trap the Marines with the Speedlings.
I think MarineKing's actually just going to go home because there's so many Speedlings out that he could get trapped himself.
He doesn't want to lose his whole army. Then he'll lose the macro game. So smart move by MarineKing. Actually, MarineKing's going to go around and check for the 3rd and kill it if it's there, which it isn't.
Yeah, and this actually could end up being bad for him if Leenock realizes those units are over there. He's trying to find the army right now with his Speedlings.
And he might just do it. MarineKing, uh-oh.
Oh man, this is going to be actually really good for MarineKing if he engages it at the line of sight blocker.
See it? I don't know if
they both
saw
just
that.
They didn't see it. That's just the 2 armies just passing very coincidentally there.
That was like 2 cars looking for each other, and they're on different roads.
It's like 2 nice cars.
2 nice cars.
They're both trying to find the other one.
They're trying to.
Both the mothers in the car are like, stop playing your Game Boy and look at that nice car. We're like, she's like, stop playing your Game Boy. We're on vacation. You're like, but mom, it's just a bunch of trees. She's like, we're going to a nice park. You're like, no, I just want to play my Game Boy. Like, I'm actually like 12 years old. I play my Game Boy Advance. I want to play like Metroid on my Game Boy. Calm down, mom.
Dude, Metroid was a good game.
It was a good game.
A few Mutalisks are out here. They're going to do some harassment. He's actually, it looks like he's stopped producing Mutalisks, though. He may just try and, no, never mind, they're going to make some more.
So like nowadays, if I ever, go see my family, I'm actually just like looking up LR threads on Team Liquid on my phone. That's what I'm doing. I'm like,
the Game Boy has been replaced by the smartphone.
Yeah, that's pretty much how it is. I wonder if 12-year-old kids actually have smartphones now. Is that a common thing? I've been seeing it more and more.
I know that 12-year-old kids have cell phones a lot.
Well, these mutas really don't want the upgrades to finish, but I gotta say those engineering bays have almost as much armor as destructible debris. Not gonna happen.
Next thing you're gonna do, you're gonna tell me this is actually just a video game with simulated units, and these guys are not actually just controlling armies somewhere in a distant universe.
Yeah,
I don't believe you, Wolf.
Well, you can believe what you want. I'm not gonna tell you how to live your life.
Quit taking away my dreams.
This isn't a dream. This is a nightmare.
Oh, Burrow's almost finished. He's gonna burrow some Banelings on that ramp. That'd be beautiful. Actually, he's just going to go in and try and kill some Marines here. He needs to not go too far. Gets the tank.
Whoa!
Oh, that was a bit silly.
Oh my god. Does MarineKing have like a 6 on? He's like, wait a minute.
No, he actually saw them burrow.
Oh, he saw them burrow?
They were within vision when he burrowed in front of him. So I was like, that's why I said it was silly. I was like, why did Leenock think he could pull that off?
Well, I didn't realize you saw it. I was like, well, that's crazy, man. MarineKing was just like, wait, something's not right here in these scans. He has Spidey sense.
He's like, watch, I'm gonna do a magic trick, and he's like, pick a card, any card, and he takes the card and he puts it in his pocket just right in front of him, and then he's like, all right, now I'm gonna pull your card out of my pocket. He's like, I saw you put it there.
That's pretty much what it was, man. Well, these Banelings are in a very good spot, though, that are burrowed in front of MarineKing's base. He's probably going to try to bait those Marines out with his Muse. This is becoming a common strategy in this matchup. And so common so that MarineKing will probably expect something like this. It's going to be very careful. And those engineering bays are getting pretty low. Unlike destructible debris, though, they can be repaired, but it looks like this one's not going to be repaired in time. Oh, it's burning down!
Oh, it's burning down. 22. Oh, he barely repairs it. He should have gone for that last hit, man. It would have been worth a muta.
It would have been worth it, man. It's too bad. Well, he's going to take out some of these Marines.
You know what can be repaired?
What's that?
Is neutral buildings, like depots, neutral depots.
Yeah.
You
can manually heal a Scantipede.
Really?
Or a calf. Yep. It's a biological unit. If you target it, you can heal it. You have to manually target it, though. One of my good friends, Clark, told me that.
Dude, I love Roach Medevac in 2v2 games.
Yeah, it's pretty effective. Uh-oh. elusive units here. These units have just been everywhere.
Oh, gets a tank and a handful of Marines. Nicely. Oh, is he going to walk into this? Oh, he does. Oh, the Zergling's going to surround. Nice split by MarineKing. Leenock has to go home with some losses. And
he's losing a lot of units
actually,
here.
he almost gets trapped. Oh, no, he gets trapped. And has to lose his entire army. He does pick up some good Baneling hits, but that was not worth the exchange, I don't think.
I don't think so either. MarineKing has taken a pretty decent supply lead. He's on 3 bases. This is going to be the moment where...
He's destructing the debris wall.
I know, man. He wants to move forward and attack. That debris is not going to be around much longer.
Sorry to interrupt you there.
Well, I'm just going to say this is the moment where MarineKing is going to move out because he knows his opponent has more than 3 bases, and he's like, well, I've got to make something happen here. And this is the part where Leenock's thinking, how much time can I buy while I tech up? I'm getting my +2 air weapons. That's about to finish. I'm getting my +1 melee attacks. I've already got +2 carapace. He wants to tech up, get a little bit more, get better upgrades essentially. Yeah. But MarineKing is not going to give him a lot of time.
And MarineKing's actually going to hit 2-2 in a second as well.
Yeah, this is going to be a really good timing.
Leenock's going to have +2 air, but only +1 ground. But I think he's more buying time for a lot of Banelings. He just morphed in a bunch. He's got 22 Zerglings incoming as well. Here comes the Zerglings to surround the Marines. The Marines are all trapped against the wall as well, but not enough Banelings land. Leenock may go down right now. MarineKing may advance to the finals in mere moments. I don't know if Leenock can hold this off.
I don't think he can. There's just way too many Marines. 21 Banelings on the way, but look at how many Marines are streaming, and he's even got tanks in here. He doesn't have siege mode, but those tanks are going to tank a lot of damage.
Yeah, man, those Marines are pretty badly injured from stimming. The Medivacs can't quite keep up. He's lost his natural and his macro hatch, so he's going to lose all of his tech buildings. This one last Baneling attack is going to be his last defense. If this Banelings don't kill his whole army, he's going to lose the game.
And the Banelings hitting a lot of siege tanks instead of Marines.
Oh, no.
This looks like it's going to be it for Leenock.
And the split seals the deal. Banelings do not do enough damage. The Mutalisks go down. The Spire goes down. The Infestation Pit goes down. The main layer goes down. And GG! Leenock goes down 3-1. MarineKing has shown us that he still has it. He can still win games against top-class players. Wow.
Yeah, man, he crushed through those games.
Wow, wow, wow.
And Leenock not going to be happy about this, but that's okay. He still got his chance in the up and down matches. No, that attack by MarineKing was just so well timed. He hit it with 2-2. He microed really well, and Leenock was caught a little off guard. He spent a lot of money on those upgrades, and when he did that attack, like you said, his units got trapped. He lost a lot of his units. Those were his time-buying units, and he lost them. So then when MarineKing was like, well, you can't counterattack into my main anymore because you don't have that many mutas. I killed a lot of your mutas. I killed a lot of your Zerglings. So if I attack you now, there's nothing to stop me from attacking you. And I'm just going to kill you. And he did.
Leenock did not have access to new areas, and he actually ran his Zerglings like it was almost as if he was like, oh, I could just run back this way, and he didn't realize that the debris was not destructed yet. And he ran that way. He's like, oh crap! And then he ran back, and the ramp was too far away. So he's like, well, I got to do what damage I can.
Yeah, it was really odd.
Threw him on there, but he didn't do enough damage.
He thought maybe if he brought the mutas as well, it might have turned the tide a little bit. But he just lost too many mutas, and he shouldn't have even brought the mutas at all. So bit of a mistake there, but that's how things go sometimes.
Yeah, man.
And that one attack just kind of really changed the game. Leenock had 4 bases up and running. He even had an extra hatchery, so he had a ton of production. He was teching up. He got +2. He had +2 carapace already. He had +2 weapons on his mutas. He was at +1 for his melee, so things were progressing okay for him. He had map control, but then he threw it all away with that attack that didn't make sense. He got a little greedy. I think he was trying to he was hoping that MarineKing was going to make some mistakes and die to Banelings, basically.
Yeah. And that could have gone a little bit differently as well. I mean, that one point where he had half dozen Banelings and a bunch of Zerglings in the fog, and MarineKing was like, oh, let me go get those Mutalisks. If he'd waited a little bit longer, he could have run his Zerglings around and stopped the Marines and then sent the Banelings in.
Yeah, exactly.
But instead, he was like, oh my god, I'm going to kill MarineKing's whole army, watch this! And then he did it a little too early because he was just overzealous or something, and MarineKing was like, oh, let me fall back here.
Yeah, just a little bit of a mistake.
So, could have gone a lot differently, and I mean, that was a situation where when his Zerglings got trapped, it was 180 supply for MarineKing to 170 for Leenock, and after that it was 180 to 150 or 40, and so he just was too far behind to hold off Infinity Marines. Here's the results for today's matches. Ganji taking out Slayer's Tasia 3-0. And MarineKing falling to... I'm sorry, MarineKing beating Leenock 3-1.
And semifinals taking out Wolf's Liquibed. I actually lost both of those today. I'm really depressed, man. I was doing quite well in my Liquibet this season. Now these two games are going to put me pretty far behind. And I'd say they were two of the most difficult decisions I've ever had to make in my Liquibet.
I thought you were going to say, like, in my life. I was like, you've never had to make a more difficult decision?
Oh, trust me, I've made some more difficult...
You've had a nice life.
Trust me, I've had a lot of decisions like that, Moltrap.
Those were actually easy decisions for me. I was just completely wrong, apparently. So that means that the final is going to be happening next Monday. It's going to be Slayers Ganji versus MarineKing Prime.
Yeah, TVT.
Going to have a TVT final, as always, with Code A.
Yes. Except last time it was PvP.
Well, yes. I didn't mean literally always.
Right,
We've had a few TVT
We've had
finals,
quite a few.
But actually, like, some people were like, oh, TVT. But TVT is actually a really dynamic matchup right now. And we're going to have a clash of styles, I think, too, because MarineKing, he does things that are kind of out of the box. He might stick with Bio still, whereas I believe Ganji's probably going to go for the Slayer's mech style, the newer style.
Yeah. So we'll see those styles clash, man.
Exactly. And if anyone can still make Bio work, I think we're
exactly. So we could see, has MarineKing changed? It'll be like kind of a big statement in the metagame. It's like if MarineKing has switched to this mech style, that means that it's really dead.
Yeah, he's going to have to
will really be dead.
He's going to get another silver medal and then call himself a Hellion King or something instead. I'm sorry.
Well, we make all these jokes. This is really sad that MarineKing hasn't been able to clinch that title yet, but even winning Code A isn't really the same as being a Code S champion, but he's going to put himself one step closer if he does end up winning that. Now, speaking of Code S, we are going to have Code S matches tomorrow. You guys saw those up on the screen, so tune into that. We'll have Tasteless and Artosis out here casting those matches.
Yes,
indeed. So look forward to that.
Getting a little bit more casting in before they fly back to the States.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun in Japan.
Action.
I was gone. I'm glad to be back here casting with you.
We're glad you're back as well, Wolf. Yeah. I had a lot of fun staying here.
Yeah, I'm sure you did. It's really fun to stay here. I'm like jealous. You got to cast some extra days.
Oh, man.
So guys, go to m.gomtv.net on your mobile phone. You can watch live on your mobile phone, your mobile device, or iPhone or iPad. You can, of course, follow GOMTV on Twitter at GOMTV. You can follow me at EpicSoWolf. You can follow him at Moltrap.
That's right.
Is it Moltrap? It's just Moltrap, right? It's not Moltrap.
Just at Moltrap, yep. And you can also go buy yourself a Pepsi.
Yeah, go buy a Pepsi. That's what I'm going to do after this.
And you can also go get yourself, if you need some RAM upgrades, if you're like, you know what, I need to play on ultra settings, I'm going to go get some G-Skill RAM.
Yeah, G-Skill is very powerful. Not just for Starcraft, but anything else you do on your computer, use some
All right.
things that take up a lot of power. So anyway, we're going to sign off here. We'll see you guys next time.